Hey guys, Webheadgaming here, and welcome to my new Let's Play. This time, it's on a game that I've always wanted to do, and now I can finally do it. It's on Spiderman for the PlayStation 1. This game was released in 2000 and was developed by Neversoft Studios. You may know them as the creators of the Tony Hawk games. I love this game so much. It's so fun. And I can't wait to share the entire adventure with you because it's such a badass game. So the game is also out on the N64, the Dreamcast, and the PC. For this playthrough, I'm going with the PlayStation version since it's the one I have the most fond memories of. This game actually has 4 difficulty modes, Kid Mode being super easy, hard being hard. For this playthrough, we're going to go with normal since why not?
Technology is the light that will cut through the darkness. When humanity conforms to a single truth, a truth based in technological progress and scientific method, we will be unstoppable. I, Dr. Otto Octavius, vow as a scientist and businessman that my duties to humankind will be fulfilled. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, nice words, Octavius. If these executives knew you the way I do, I wonder if they'd be so quick to applaud.
Just keep shooting, Eddie. When J. Jonah Jameson sees these photos, my career is gonna be right back on track.
Checkpoint 1, where's your 20?
Just backstage, college...
Who dares? Face me, coward! Face a worthy foe. Spiderman?
Last time I checked, I was Spider-Man.
Spider-Man? What's he doing?
Gotta get into my costume and take out this imposter. I can't get free of this crowd.
I can't get a shot. Jameson would pay any price to get this kind of dirt on Spider-Man.
That was Eddie Brock.
Who the? He looked familiar, but... whatever, stay focused, Brock. He's stealing Octavius's device. Oh no, he sees me. My camera! No! It's over. It's all over. I blew it again. Oh, I can hear Jameson's voice already.
Brock, you loser! If I had given a real photographer that job, I would finally have the evidence to send Spider-Man away forever! You're through, Brock! When I am done with you, you won't be able to get a job taking wedding pictures in Siberia!
I tried to fight it. Got it! Come on! Can't fight him anymore!
Again, innocence falls prey to the evil of Spider-Man. Rest easy, Brock. Venom is here. And if it's the last thing we ever do, Jameson and the insect are gonna pay.
Phase 1 completed. Let us begin Phase 2.
Yeah! It begins.
Well, that escalated quickly. Anyway, this game is divided into issues like a comic book, and for our first issue, we're tackling the bank heist.
Welcome, true believers and newcomers alike. Spider-Man co-creator Stan Lee here. Once again, we find our hero Peter Parker, better known around the world as the Amazing Spider-Man, in a heap of trouble. But this is just the beginning, Spidey fans. So get ready for a true superhero action thriller, packed to the brim with thrills and chills, twists and turns, more supervillains than you can shake a web at, and of course, non-stop web-slinging, wall-crawling action.
Hey, Spider.
Hey, Black Cat, what's going on?
I know there's been some trouble, but the bank's being robbed, and they've got hostages. Use your Spidey compass to get to the bank quickly.
Thanks, Cat.
So now we are in the tutorial section of the game. If you want to know more about the game, you can use these blue question marks and Black Cat will show up to tell you about how the game works and whatnot. But since I know how to play the game, I've been playing this game for years, I don't need that shit. So as you can see, the city is covered in gas, this yellow gas. There's never an explanation why this yellow gas exists. It just does. Really, it's just there as an excuse to not render the bottom of the buildings because PS1 graphic limitations. What can you do? Now, the combat in this game is very simple, but pretty innovative for its time, and would become the basis for a lot of the superhero games that came out after this game. Square punches, circle does kicks, you can jump with the X button, standard stuff. You can do aerial punches and aerial kicks. Pretty simple stuff.
Eagle 1 to tower, 1033 in progress. En route to bank.
Roger, Eagle 1. Keep your eye out for Spider-Man.
If Halloween Boy shows up, he's one dead bug.
New York City Police Department. Cease and desist at once. Lay down your arms and prepare to...
These guys are serious.
I can't believe they shot down those police choppers.
Yeah, just my luck. I'll probably get blamed for that, too. Is that the bank ahead?
Yes, but be careful, Spider. I saw the chopper dropping off armed robbers on top of the bank.
Thanks for the heads up, Cat.
Going more in detail with the controls, R2 will allow you to swing from building to building. However, I like to personally tap the fuck out of the button, because what ends up happening sometimes is that when I jump and try to swing to a building, it won't register all the way, and Spider-Man will just plop to his doom and die in the bottomless pit below, which is not fun. Right there is a comic book, the first of many throughout this entire game, and I plan on getting every single one of them for, I guess you could say, 100% completion. Now, if you plan on going after every single comic book in this game, I highly, highly recommend a guide. Because some of these comic books, holy shit, they are placed in cryptic spots. I don't know why they put them in the spots they're put in. And you're going to see just how fucked up some of these spots are. You will see it. I wish they were in better spots, but it is what it is. So yeah, just beat the crap out of these guys on the rooftop, and you'll proceed to the next part of the issue.
That's the last one. Hope these hostages are still alright. Well, I hope they don't mind if I make a quick deposit.
So a couple more things to talk about. To get on the walls, you can do it in 3 ways. You can either run up to a wall and you'll automatically cling onto it, you can jump on a wall and cling onto it, or you can do what I just did and web zip up using the R1 button. Now when you're on a wall, you can move in any kind of directions as well as use your webbing attacks, but be careful because whenever you go to a different wall or ceiling, or if the camera changes perspective, then the controls will momentarily invert. So when that happens, just let go of the D-pad for a second and then just continue. this actually leads to one of my biggest problems about the game, and that's the camera. The camera cannot be controlled whatsoever. You can't control the camera at all. So in order to have the camera do what you want it to do, you have to basically constantly stop and let the camera resituate itself behind Spider-Man, and that can get very annoying. And you know, this is kind of weird considering the fact this game came out in 2000. I would think at that point there would be some kind of way to control the camera in a 3D game, but whatever, it is what it is. So going back to the combat, I did state that you can punch and kick people, but you can also do combos. You can rapidly tap the square button to do punches, you can rapidly tap the circle button to do kicks, but you can also alternate between the two buttons, so you can do a punch punch kick, kick kick punch, punch kick, kick punch, all kinds of stuff. It's pretty cool. Now for your webbing attacks, you have this blue bar that represents the ammunition for your webbing. So basically holding down the triangle button will allow you to web bad guys up and incapacitate them, although this won't work on bosses. And using the D-pad, you can actually do different kinds of webbing attacks. So up in triangle will allow you to do this very powerful web ball that does a lot of damage to a lot of enemies. Left in triangle button creates these boxing gloves that are really effective against certain bosses, and right in triangle creates this web dome that's basically allows you to deal damage in a wide area. So if you're in a pinch, you can use that, but do keep in mind it takes a lot of ammo. Right here I'm trying to find a comic book hidden in one of these chairs. To pick up objects, you can press the square button when near an object, and to throw them, just press the square button again. Pretty simple stuff. And there's your comic book. And yeah, that's basically this level. So one thing I forgot to mention about these two levels right here, and this only applies to these two specific levels, is they're both simple because you're supposed to get to the end of the level, but you also got to be very careful because of these hostages. Now, these guys in the blue shirts and brown pants, those are the hostages, and you do not want them to get hit by these thugs, because these thugs, shoot them, they will instantly die, and you'll have to redo that part of the level all over again. Granted, these two particular levels I don't think had checkpoints. This game does have checkpoints, surprisingly enough, which is weird because, you know, it is a lot of these levels are pretty freaking short, but they have checkpoints. I discovered that one time when I fucked up, but yeah. So going back to what I'm saying, be very, very careful with these two levels right here, because you do not want these hostages to get hit.
Mind if I drop in?
And boom. I love this game. I've been playing this game ever since I was little. I think I first played this game, I think it was like one of the first video games I ever played for my PS1. And I remember just playing the fuck out of this all the damn time. It was so much fun. I love the lines. I love the cheesy nature of it. I just like this game. So, next up, we're gonna have to do something about that bomb. But first, let's open up this gate.
They're messing with us. Start the timer on the bomb and take out all the hostages.
By the way, if you're wondering why I started back with 7 cartridges as opposed to 10, it's because I fucked up and got a hostage killed. So yeah. Oh, by the way, here comes the bullshit part right here. After you kill these thugs and let the hostages escape, boom, there's your comic book. How the fuck is someone gonna realize that? You're never gonna realize that your first time playing through because you're so busy dealing with the bomb. Unless you like casually look behind at that security gate, you're never gonna know that comic book was there. But regardless, to get rid of the bomb in order to complete the level, you have to store this bomb in the bank, and for some reason that will just stop it. Okay. And be careful when you throw this thing because the timer will go down super fast, but it's not really that hard to figure out.
Not this time, guys.
And that's part 1. See you in part 2.